Hello, welcome to Ruckosaurus Rex, the channel where we review and discuss all things dinosaur and other prehistoric animals. How have you guys been? It's been a slight minute, but that's because of a lack of product, but we've got product now, and you see what it is. Haolonggood has come up with another one, Xenoceratops, and as always with Haolonggood, they put out two different color schemes. In this case, we have a like grayish style color scheme, and we have a brown and yellowish type of color scheme. I only got one. You guys, if you've been rocking with me, you know I usually only do one, and that hasn't changed with this species. I opted for the gray. It was more about the frill. It was more about the frill. You can see right there on the packaging what I'm talking about when it comes to the frill work there. So that's what compelled me to get this model. This is in 1/35 scale. So we will see what that looks like when we get the model out of packaging. Xenoceratops stands for, you probably noticed the the Xeno part. It stands for alien, because that's what Xeno means. You've heard of xenophobe, etc. Xenoceratops stands for alien horn face, because at the time this species was actually discovered like parts of the frill way back in 1958. It wasn't until about 2009 that they really put in the work, trying to describe this beast. So that's a lot of time in between, from initial discovery to final, or the beginning stages of describing the animal. But described it was, and this is what we have here. A lot of it is based on other ceratopsians, which that lends to like the mythos of the alien horn face designation when you think about it. Anyway, Xenoceratops was, it existed about 79.5 million years ago, late Cretaceous in Alberta, Canada area. It was pulled from what is known as the foremost formation, excuse me for losing the word there, named after the town Foremost. So it's the full name is Xenoceratops formostensis, and it was about 20 feet long, and we really don't have much info on this guy. Other than what I've told you for the most part. I couldn't give you a distinct predator or what else it existed with. I do know that whatever predator did prey on it, it was a tyrannosaur for sure. And that time, 79.5, 80 million years ago, something like that, you're dangerously close to Gorgosaurus and Albertosaurus territory, but I'm not going to swear to it. Anyhow, you see what we got there on the packaging. This is, as always, Haolonggood gives us other of its offerings, and we're getting to the point where Haolonggood can just advertise the species, the groups. Like in this case, we've got all ceratopsians with the exception of the Amargasaurus in that lower left-hand corner there. And other side is basically the same thing, and that's how it goes down with the packaging. We've got our Xeno out of the packaging, and I'm giving you a nice 360-degree look at the model before we do a closer detailed look at what we got going on there. But you see it's primarily gray. The base is gray. We've got some lighter gray, we'll call them squigglies, going the length and breadth of the model there, as opposed to, going across. So that's kind of different. I like that. There's this one going down along the spinal column. We've got a nice set of white there, so we'll check that out. And then of course, we got to talk about that skull, which is always the highlight of ceratopsians, at least for me. And in this case with Xenoceratops, it is no different. Looking at our Xeno close up, as always, with the frill and the skull itself, I'm loving the colors. This is what drew me in right here. So that's to let you know I was loving that. You've got green and blue there. They're going very well. And you see what we got going on with the pattern there. Always the nice patterns in the frill. Some of the things that I failed to mention when I was giving a little background on Xenoceratops: it is a centrocene ceratopsid, and I think I did mention that it was estimated to be about 20 feet, according to what material we do have of the species. Looking their profile, we have the traditional, it's now a tradition, the blue eye black pupil combo we've got there, which I'm here for it. I love it. Looking with the skull itself, we have like it's kind of beige right up in there, and then we've got some browns. We've got a wash there to bring out the scalation. You see the nostrils. The beak is a little bit darker than this beige here. It's kind of yellowish, if you will. And then you've got the show the beak again. You've got the horns, the brow horns, and you don't really have a nasal. You've got more like a boss where the here around the nasal area. So that's cool right there. You do have, as I turn to the front, you do have kind of like cheek spikes there. So yeah, pretty nice. And then going over the body, it's like what I said. You've got that gray, and then you've got the lighter gray. I call them squiggly lines. Yeah, and I mean they keeping it consistent even on the legs there, and the dark gray down, and then you've got the toes painted a tannish type of color there, and then of course you've got the underbelly that's lighter. We've got scoots, nicely done. The tail is a little bit longer, I would estimate, than in comparison, obviously, when you're going by the sizes of these creatures, than other ceratopsians. The tail is slightly longer to me. We've got the cloaca slit is right up in there. And looking at the tail, that striping that I mentioned that goes down the back is going right down the tail. It does stop, and then the tapered section of the tail is just plain. And then of course you've got what's going on the other side. You've got can mention this now, you've got the ear canal right there, so good attention to detail. And that is basically how our Xenoceratops from Haolonggood stands up. We're going to take a measurement. I usually just spout them out, but I actually did not do it prior to, so I'm doing it here. So we're going to get from tail to snout about 7¼ inches. If you're trying to go by the to the tip of the horn, which I wouldn't really do, but just for the sake of doing it, it's almost 7½. But we're going to go with that 7¼ inches. And when you do the calculations, that comes up to about a little bit larger than 21 feet. It's representing a 21 plus foot long animal. I know that the official estimates are about 20, but once again, we don't have full materials on this creature, so I think the the 7 1/4 equaling about 21 plus, you can fudge that in your collection. Now for comparisons with other ceratopsian offerings from Haolonggood, we will kick it off with the largest of the offerings from them, or I should say, currently the largest. And that right there is a hint of what's to come. You guys probably already know what it is. Anyway, this species is Pentaceratops. Next up, we have their Pachyrhinosaurus, Xenoceratops, Chasmosaurus, slight of stature, long in skull. Next, we have Diabloceratops. And finally, Cosmoceratops. We have gotten a lot, quite a few ceratopsians from Haolonggood, and the party is not over. That's because we have a Triceratops on the way, and of course that will supplant the Pentaceratops as Haolonggood's largest ceratopsian. And there's another surprise about the Triceratops that's coming. It's not Horridus. So keep that in mind. Anyway, keep in mind about this guy, our Xenoceratops 135 scale from Haolonggood. Very nice, another ceratopsian. I'm always happy to get these guys, and especially from Haolonggood. Haolonggood has really thrown in their lot with their herbivores. They just seem to knock it out of the park. They're barely even trying to mess with theropods now, with meat eaters, carnivores. But I'm sure at some point they will come back strong with it. I think they've held off because they knew and they know that theropods are kind of the chink in their armor for right now. So they know that they've got to step their game up in that regard, but they still have to keep the train running by pumping out all of these herbivores. And right now, we're on the ceratopsian train. I am here for it. It is good. We've been on the ankylosaur train. We've been on the hadrosaur train. Like I said, I'm here for it. The stegosaur train, let's get it in. PNSO, they do their thing when it comes to theropods. So, and both the qualities of the respective companies are top notch. So mix it and matching is at a premium when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I'm all for it. I'll also be all for if you guys let me know what you think about Xenoceratops by Haolonggood. Their company, their take on herbivores, what you think they're going to improve on their carnivores. Let me know in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe while you're down there. Hit the notification bell. Like I said, I don't have it yet. It's in the mail. It should be here soon. But the Haolonggood Triceratops is up next. So stay tuned for that. Guys, thank you for hanging with me. And until we meet again, take care. Peace.